light take on the day's topics. Hot topics, cool tech, technology, and your interaction. The Michael Garfield Show. Now, the world according to Garf.
Check your clocks right now on Friday. It is just a few minutes after 12:51. It's the world according to Garf. Michael Garfield Show. Phone number here. Stand by. We'll get to you on the other side. It's 713-212-5950. But as always right now, you know the Friday segment of this time. Always a pleasure to speak with Shannon Register. She hosts, among many other things, she's probably just going to have to give up her entire real estate career. She's got a great radio show. Sundays at 1 o'clock. It's called Houston Real Estate Radio. It's HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. Shannon, it's officially fall. Can we say it's still hot, but it's fall.
It's fall.
It is fall. You had a busy summer, without a doubt. Summer's always the busiest time. People are relocating and traveling. But let's talk about the fall right now. Why is it a great time to sell your home in September right now in the fall?
It's a great time because when sellers and realtors are always looking forward at what prices are going to do. Appraisers are always looking back at what prices have done. So when you sell in the fall, your appraiser is looking at the June, July, and August comps. Mm-hmm. Those are the houses they're using to compare your house to. Well, those are the highest prices of the year. Uh-huh. So you're going to get the most for your house in September according to the appraisal. So it's really important when you refinance to refinance in September, October, where you get those good comps. You don't want to refinance in January where you're getting the winter comps. January, February, bad time to refinance. So the same thing goes with when you are selling your home, because you may have 3 offers on the house. Obviously, you want to take the highest one. Well, you want the highest one. You want it to be able to appraise. So you're going to get your highest appraisals in September.
How's the market look? Because this summer, it was in fuego. I mean, you make an offer 20. I mean, you put your house on the market 24 hours, it's gone. Do you see it slowing down, or just even a smidge? Just I would assume yes, just because kids are back at school, people aren't much as much. But this is still a great time in our economy too. Right?
I think that the difference now. I don't think the market's going to slow down as much as because there's such a demand right now. Right. I think the difference is consumers are starting to catch on of what's going on. Consumers in the beginning were just hit by, there's multiple offers. I got to make the highest and best offer, and now I can't find what I want, and I'm stuck. That was kind of their original mentality. Now they're starting to realize, okay, I need to be looking at this house as, first of all, if it's the house I want, I need to make the highest and best offer. If I've got 3 houses I like equally, then I can negotiate on my price and don't have to come in at highest and best. And then secondly, it may be they may realize now that they're going to have to settle. So when I'm buying this little bit older home, I take into consideration I've got to put in all new windows to make it to get my energy bills efficient as I want. I may have to renovate the kitchen. So they're thinking through all of that and now preparing for what they have to do to make that happen. Maybe they need to get the 203K loan so that they can renovate the kitchen when they move in. Where before buyers were just, if I don't see it, it's not what I want. They couldn't find what they wanted, and then they were upset about it. Now they're starting to realize there's a shortage, and this is how we get around it.
A kitchen loan. I didn't even know this. This is why I need to listen to you even more. I just need to listen more intently. 1 o'clock
you can
Sundays.
Always get a home equity loan, but with a 203K loan, what happens is you can build in up to $35,000 into your mortgage and redo the kitchen after you purchase the home.
This is why we need to tune in every single Sunday. There's things you did not know. Shannon Register joining me here on the Michael Garfield program for a few minutes. A few weeks ago, you were at the Woodlands Home and Garden Show. You got another live remote coming up in a few weeks, and you're very, very excited about.
We do. In a couple of weeks, we've got the Reliant Home Show. It's down at Reliant Center. It's the 18th annual Texas Home and Garden Show at Reliant Center, and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a live remote. We'll be there on location. People can come by with their real estate questions, and as always, we look for the best people at the show, the best vendors with the newest, most innovative products to bring to our listeners.
That's good. And so all the information is, I know, going to be on your website. We'll talk about that even more next week.
HoustonRealEstateRadio.com.
I know you work and talk with a lot of the different communities, municipalities. Obviously, there's so many patches of communities here. We got your Bay Area, we've got Katy, we got Woodlands. And, the economic development is different in each one of these. I believe you have this Sunday. You have some specific information about these areas.
We do. We've got we're looking at 4 different areas of Houston. We've got the Woodlands, the Bay Area, area, Pearland and Katy. We have on the economic development partnerships, the president from each one coming on to talk about those areas and the exciting things that are happening. Everybody knows that all of Houston is growing. More jobs, bringing in more industry. There's just so much growth going on. Even the medical center is just growing. New locations. It's just growing and growing. And so we want to talk about that. We want to hear about the companies that are coming in, the people that are moving this way, just what's going on in those different areas. So we're going to be looking at those 4 areas. Then in a few weeks, we'll look at a few more.
Bay Area, a lot of space stuff going on.
Yeah, it's really cool. Everybody's worried about that area because of NASA, but
that's right.
But the truth is, they're really being innovative about it. They've gotten rid of some jobs, 700, 800 jobs. It's not as bad as a lot of people think, but they're bringing in some new jobs as well. There is a whole thing going on out there about space travel, a whole space travel industry that's being born out there. There are some different space ports around the country. Right. There are 4 or 5 of them, and they're bringing one right here into the Bay Area, which is going to be the first one that is within a city, that's
instead
right
of remotely
here.
in the middle of Albuquerque,
right. It's not going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not going to be in the middle of the desert.
Right.
It's going to be right here where you've got entertainment, places to stay, places to eat. Lots of things to do while you're here.
Welcome, all you intergalactic visitors, to the Bay Area city.
It's really neat what they're doing. You're going to be able to go, pay $200,000 and go into outer space, and then come back, and and then just hang out here in the Houston area.
That? If you had the cash, and you probably do, would you have the opportunity? Would you launch yourself into space for a space flight?
I would not.
Really?
I'm a low risk kind of gal. I'm not into the high risk excitement. I have a son that would probably love to do it.
You laugh. It's the next generations. They're risk takers. They're Red Bull kids, if you will. And
right.
The fact is that's great.
And there's a lot of training. You have to train and be prepared before you go up. So it's an industry. It's an industry being born here. It really is. It's got a lot of things that go with it. It's a whole industry, and they're looking at putting a place to spend the night up on the moon. It's really exciting, not just the space station.
I want frequent stayer points because I'm more than happy to do it because I love that space.
You get your timeshare out there.
Exactly. So we got the economic development for Bay Area. Obviously, they're going to be concerned and concentrated about that, which is good
right.
because if you can build an industry like that in a segment, not only the real estate, the housing, and everything is just going to continue to go. And it's all good stuff. Sundays at 1 o'clock right here on KPRC Radio. It's called HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. If anybody wants to start calling, asking questions, what's the phone number?
281-882-8088. They can call in, leave their name, ask their question. We'll answer it on the air. It's 281-882-8088. We answer all kinds of real estate questions.
They do, and you learn a lot of stuff. I did not even know what a 203K is, and I think the K stands for kitchen. I'm going to get a load right now. Shannon, great seeing you as always.
Thanks,
all right, have a good week. I look forward to tuning in this coming Sunday at 1 o'clock. All right, as we approach 1 o'clock here on a Friday, open phone lines right now. It's the world according to Garf. Don't go anywhere. We're going to catch you right on the other side of this break.